10R, and I also have the iPhone XS Max and the regular iPhone XS, so we'll also do a size comparison because this one sits in the middle. This one is supposed to be having a 6.1-inch screen, and this comes in three variants, guys: 64, 128 and 256 gigabytes. Personally, I feel this one actually looks a lot cooler in those modern colors like the peach or the product red. And regarding the pricing, the 64 gigabyte variant starts at 76,900 and this 256 gigabytes is for 91,900. Again, it's iPhone, so yeah, you have that premium. So again, says designed by Apple in California, some paperwork, basic stuff I would say, and the SIM ejector tool is over here, and we also get those Apple stickers. So that's what you get. Let me keep that to the side. And this is the device itself, and it has a little bit of heft towards it. So let's open this up and just remove it. So I have three different colors, the iPhones, we'll compare that. And again, you get the Lightning AirPod connector, but sadly no 3.5 headphone jack converter. That is again separate, you have to buy. This is the Lightning connector, and again still that tiny 5-watt charger that you're gonna get. So that's what you get in the box. Nothing different. That's the same that we get even with the bigger brothers. So this is the device itself, as you can see. And this is having a 6.1-inch IPS LCD screen. And this is in the white color, single camera setup. And here, as you can see, this is not stainless steel, and these 10S and the XS Max, it's actually stainless steel. But here, the body is aluminum, guys, and on the top we have nothing. Here we have the volume rocker. This will be your SIM tray. Again, single nano SIM that you're going to get in this one. As you can see, almost with every iPhone, that's the same. As you can see, that's what it is. Let me put that back. Bottom, we have the Lightning port, and again, this one is also supposed to have stereo speaker setup. So one will be here, and the earpiece will be the other one. Volume rockers. This is for your toggle for silent and other stuff. And back is a 12 megapixel camera. Apple says it's the same main camera that's used on the bigger iPhones, but you don't have the secondary 2x phone. It also has optical image stabilization, and it just says iPhone here. So again, it just started over here. So let me do one thing, guys. Let me just set this up. In the meantime, here is the configuration for the iPhone XR. It's having a 6.1-inch IPS LCD screen. It's in the aspect ratio of 19.5:9. PPI comes to about 326. It's having the latest Apple A12 Bionic chip with a hexa-core processor. Comes in 64, 128 or 256 gigabytes. Moving to the camera, it has a 12 megapixel rear-facing camera with f1.8. It has optical image stabilization and face rate autofocus. Moving to the front-facing camera, it's a 7 megapixel. It also has Face ID stereo speakers. Moving to the battery, it has 2942 milliamp hour battery. So guys, I've just set it up, and if you guys already have an iPhone, actually just bring the old iPhone near the new one and it'll automatically detect it and actually transfer everything. And as you can see, it's actually transferring stuff right now from the iCloud, but it'll be an exact replica. All your data and stuff will be there. Anyways, I'll show you the comparison later on, but as you can see, this is the one, and this is having a 6.1-inch screen, and it's a 720p HD plus screen, and I was very skeptical about the screen. How would it be? But as of now, as you can see, the screen quality is really good. It's IPS panel, so the viewing angles are actually really good. This is the iPhone XS, as you can see, side by side. This one actually looks pretty cool. And in terms of size, this one, the new XR, sits in the middle. I have to say, this is the Max. It's having a 6.3-inch screen. This is the XR, and this is this one. Actually, the regular XS looks pretty tiny in front of this. So anyways, that's what it is. And obviously from the back, they will look different. This one has that single camera setup. Anyways, let's look at this one and give you an idea about it. It's still restoring stuff. And the good thing is that I like that Apple didn't go with the last generation of their processor. This one also has the new latest A12 Bionic chip that is used in their flagships. So again, the performance should be really good. And the battery capacity is 2942 milliamp hour battery. And Apple actually claims that the battery life on this one will be about 1 hour more than 8 plus. That should be really good because the battery life, personally, when when I tested the 8 Plus about 1.5 years ago was actually really good. So if we go to general and if we go to, what do you say, iPhone storage, this is the 256 gigabytes, and roughly about 10.5 gigabytes was sort of used. It's right now restoring me stuff. So this is what you should expect. About 10.5 gigabytes will be less than what it is. So that's regarding the storage on this one. And definitely, if we compare in terms of heft, this doesn't feel that heavy as compared to the 10s and obviously the 10s Max, I would say. But Apple claims that even this one is having that stereo speakers. So let's actually have a look at it, because the stereo speakers on these are actually really, really good. So let's just play something, one of my own videos. It's still restoring stuff, guys. And that's why the connection is a little bit slow here. It's mostly using my Wi-Fi for the iCloud and stuff. So let's open up, maybe, I don't know, this video.
Looking for a plate full of variety?
It looks loud.
Right,
let's skip this.
Freshly prepared thalis on Swiggy. Order now.
So this is the max volume, guys.
Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at this Honor 8X, and it says...
So yes, indeed, it's a stereo speaker setup. Even the earpiece is being used as a speaker. And again, this one also has Face ID for unlocking. Let's test that. Let's just tap, and if I do, yeah, it's the same. And Apple says that this is also the second generation of Face ID that's used on these iPhone 10s and the 10s Max. So again, that's an improvement, I would say. Just press like this, and yeah, as you can see, the Face ID works really, really well on this one. Personally, I would say the biggest thing about this one is that multiple colors. On this white one and even the black one, it looks a little bit bland, but some of the new colors for the product red and even the peach actually looks pretty cool, and even maybe I would say the blue. So again, check out those colors. So that's what it is, and again, it's typical iPhone interface that you will expect. And now one thing to notice that one thing is missing on these smartphones compared to these elder brothers. For example, let me unlock this one. This is the Max. On these one, we have the 3D touch option, but the 3D touch option is actually not there on this one. So that is also something you have to note. So yeah, if you just press like this, that 3D touch option is not there. So that's one more thing. Now let's look at the camera. Apple says that the camera is the same one. The main camera is this same one on as it's on this, the 12 megapixel, and it has optical image stabilization, face detect, autofocus, and even the portrait mode and all this stuff. So let's quickly have a look at it. So again, the camera interface is the same, and we have that tap to focus. Again, no shutter lag as expected, and it says that it has that portrait mode. Now, no person detected, so it wants a person, as you can see, so I can't fool it with this one, so I'll have to test it on myself. But again, if you noticed, even with this one, it has those lighting modes, natural light, it says it has that contour lighting and studio lighting. The regular versions, so the more expensive versions, also have two more, like stage lighting, that is not there. But nice to see that these lighting modes are there. And you need to have a person, it says, for that portrait mode. So I'll have to test that later. Moving to the front-facing camera, again, as you can see, no shutter lag, even on this one. So if you go to the portrait, good thing is it's not zooming. For example, on these one, if you go to the portrait mode, let me just unlock and show you. With these regular ones, this is the regular photo mode, but if you go to the portrait, as you can see, it's using the telephoto and it zooms up. That's not the case with this one. So if the subject is close, I would say human subject, portrait mode is actually easier to use on this one because it doesn't zoom. It's a pro and a con, I would say. Moving to the front facing camera, they say it's the same one, 7 megapixel, and as you can see, natural lighting, it says, and we have those lighting effects even on this one. Studio light, contour light, stage light is also there in this, and stage light mono is also there in this. So all the modes are there on this. Particularly if you notice closely, is natural light, how it looks, and I feel it looks the best in the studio lighting. It lights up my face in both the modes. So this was the lighting effect, and if you go to edit, and if we it's loading the photo, say, so you have that aperture also, as you can see. Notice this background blur. that I'm able to do. So all those stuff that you're finding on those bigger ones can also be done. But let me do one thing, guys. I'll just discard this one. Let me do one thing. Let me take some sample shots with this one so that you have a better idea. So here are some of the sample shots that I've shot in my office in artificial lighting conditions. And as you can see, again, the camera performance is really good. It's as close as the iPhone XS or the XS Max. I don't see any difference. And as you can see, the color reproduction is also very good. And see the sharpness in the picture. And even macro shots, if you take, they can come out to be actually really good. This is taken with the front-facing camera. I didn't like this picture, but when I reverted to the portrait mode with the front-facing camera, as you can see, it does a far better job. Again, this one was taken in the normal mode and this wasn't taken in the portrait mode. Now these samples were taken outdoor conditions in my roof garden, and again, as you can expect, typical iPhone camera stuff, sharp pictures, color accuracy is also very good, and it has that smart HDR. Hence I feel the dynamic range is also actually pretty good in these photographs. Photo of my wife in regular mode, and here I enabled the portrait mode and the different lighting effects, and I feel the portrait mode has been done very well considering it has a single camera. Again, this was taken in the normal mode and this was taken in the portrait mode, and definitely the portrait mode looks much better. This taken with the front-facing camera, and here I enabled the portrait mode on the front-facing camera, and these are the different lighting modes that are available with the front-facing camera. Again, some samples. This was taken in the regular mode with the front-facing camera, and here I enabled the portrait mode, and I feel the portrait mode even with the front-facing camera is actually doing a very good job. So guys, that's it for now for the unboxing and first look at this iPhone XR. What do you guys actually think about this device? And I'm surprised with the camera performance. The camera performance is actually really good considering it has just a single camera setup. And I forgot to mention earlier, even this iPhone XR has wireless charging. But anyways guys, would you go with these iPhone XS or the XS Max instead of this iPhone XR? Do let me know in the comment section. By the way guys, that's it for now for this video, and if you guys are still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video.